Hello, John.
Hello, Christina and Jeremy.
We are from Banyu Aman, the sailing vessel which tries to go around the world as a family with 2 children who are running around at the moment.
I think we can hear them, a bunch of them in the background right now. In fact. So we came on board this afternoon to talk about a potential medical emergency, doing sort of a talk-through simulation. What happens if? And in fact, we took their daughter, who we imagined might be on the foredeck during their sailing voyage over to the Caribbean, and she has an accidental fall, bangs her head, and is unconscious briefly. And we then started saying, okay, so what are we going to do from that standpoint? So how did it go? What happened?
Well, it's good. Well, the first thing that we needed to do is work out actually how do you deal with the emergency or the potential emergency on board the boat versus in a classroom. So she'd fallen over on the foredeck, and we talked through how would we actually slow the boat down, how do we secure ourselves with tethers from our life jackets to the boat before we went up there, so we wouldn't put ourselves into danger.
Right.
And then we decided, the scenario was then that she was conscious, she's a bit dizzy, but she was reacting, so meaning that we could potentially bring her back into the cockpit, into the safety on the floor without doing any damage.
Right.
But
and observing her as all this is going on, of course.
And what we realised is we'd done a course a few months ago, and it was a good way of starting to refresh on how to actually monitor vital signs, work out what is going on. But pretty quickly we got to the point of being confident that we'd probably done everything we could in that moment, and then not really knowing what do we now do. Is how bad is it concussion? How bad is the knock? And that's when we then said, well, what we should be doing is making the phone call to Telemed to be able to start talking to a doctor to start helping us work out, is it what direction are we going in on it?
Yeah.
And we were also, because of non-knowledge, starting to confuse our limited knowledge and make it potentially more complicated than it is.
Well, I want to add though, you did a really good job of getting the basics done. You were starting to wonder about, is this possible, is that possible, how does that go again, which is not surprising at all. You take the course, and then probably within minutes of leaving that course, you're already starting to decay your knowledge, and it starts getting a bit confusing, which is why we decided that we would just try and do a little reminder case and work through some of the details. So I mean, I think you did a great job, and it was good watching the dynamic between the two of you. I think it goes this way, no, it's that way, okay, that's right, and another idea comes up, and so it was actually quite fun to watch that evolution.
Only in front of you, we'd be screaming if you weren't.
Yeah, you were very calm, I must say.
But I think also the learning from this chat is also that there's many little practical precautionary things we can do to make our life easier if something like that happens. So having the what was the thing? The oxygen measuring device in a handy place. At the moment it's buried in some emergency grab bag, which is buried away under some stuff.
Which is not such a great grab bag at this point. You're going to create a new grab bag.
With pencil on hand, a piece of paper where we can actually write down things without looking for the pencil.
Right.
Grab
bag 2.0.
It's these little practical things.
And having the sat phone number, in your device, so you just push a quick link.
And make the satellite phone not being fixed to the desk downstairs, but having it as a handheld.
Something mobile, great, if possible. You can always communicate back and forth if you need to. All right, well, so I think we it was a kind of a quick case. Luckily it was a happy ending, which we like to have if at all possible, but and I think it was a really good discussion. I enjoyed that.
Thanks, John.
Personally.
Thank you for coming.
So, no, thank you for inviting us.